Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a vast ocean of opportunity. Waves of wealth, success, and abundance crash at your feet, but you hesitate. Why? Because deep inside there's a hidden force, a psychological barrier that's been holding you back from diving in. It's not luck. It's not circumstance. It's the unseen psychology of attracting unlimited riches. And today, we're pulling back the curtain. What if I told you that riches aren't just about money? They're about the freedom, the impact, the life you were meant to live. But most people chase them the wrong way, with desperation, shortcuts, and fleeting motivation. They miss the real secret. It's your mind, your habits, your unyielding persistence, the psychology that turns ordinary actions into extraordinary fortunes. Think about it. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years studying the world's richest minds for Think and Grow Rich. He discovered it's not what you do once, it's the hidden mental frameworks that attract riches like a magnet. The burning desire, the faith, the auto-suggestion that reprograms your subconscious. But here's the truth bomb. Without self-discipline and small daily wins, that desire fizzles out. Procrastination creeps in, excuses multiply, and riches slip away. Today we're changing that. This isn't just another motivational rant. This is a blueprint drawn from psychology, neuroscience, and timeless wisdom to unlock the hidden psychology that draws unlimited riches into your life. We'll confront your fears, own your power, build unbreakable habits, and persist through the storms. By the end, you'll feel that fire ignite. You'll know, I can do this. I am responsible. And riches, they're already waiting for you to claim them. But first, let's get real. What's your excuse right now? The one whispering in your ear, not today, tomorrow, when things are perfect. Confront it. Because every second you delay, you're robbing yourself of the wealth, financial, emotional, spiritual, that's rightfully yours. Let's dive in. Picture yourself in a dimly lit room, staring at your bank account, your dreams scribbled on a napkin that's now crumpled in the trash. You've read the books, Hill, Robbins, Kiyosaki. You've listened to podcasts that promise the world. Yet here you are stuck in the cycle. Procrastination, perfectionism, that voice saying you're not ready. But what if readiness is a myth? What if the psychology of riches starts with one defiant act, showing up messy, imperfect, and raw? Science backs this. Neuroscientists like Andrew Huberman explain how your brain's reticular activating system filters reality based on what you focus on. Focus on lack, you attract more of it. Shift to abundance through daily discipline, riches flood in. Opportunities, connections, ideas that compound like interest in a high-yield account. But let's make it personal. I remember a client, let's call him Alex. Broke, buried in debt, dreaming of financial freedom. He chased get-rich-quick schemes, only to burn out. Then he discovered the hidden psychology. It's not about the big win. It's the small, consistent actions that rewire your brain for wealth. He started with one habit, waking at 5 a.m. to visualize his riches. No excuses. Within months, ideas flowed. A side hustle turned into a business. Riches? Unlimited. Not overnight, but through the grind. That's the hook. You don't attract riches by wishing. You attract them by becoming the person who deserves them through mindset mastery, self-discipline, and persistence. And it starts now. No more waiting. Here's a powerful quote from Napoleon Hill. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Reflect. What riches are you conceiving right now? Pause this video. Write it down. Believe it. Because belief is the first psychological key to timeless wisdom. In Think and Grow Rich, Hill emphasizes the subconscious mind as the attractor of riches. Modern neuroscience confirms it. fMRI studies show that repeated visualization lights up the same brain areas as actual achievement. It's not woo-woo, it's wired in your biology. Consider the pain point. Many of you battle burnout from past inconsistencies. You've started diets, businesses, routines, only to quit when motivation fades. But here's the shift. Discipline outlasts motivation. As Eric Thomas roars, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Apply that to riches. Breathe abundance. Story extension. Take Sarah, a single mom viewer like many of you, struggling with procrastination. She feared failure would doom her kids. But applying Hill's principles with modern twists, like Mel Robbins' countdown to action, she owned her mornings. Small win, 10 minutes of wealth affirmations. Result, a promotion, side income, transformed life. Hope sparks here. Emotional trigger. That fear of never breaking free, it's real. But accountability changes it. Like this video, if you're committing to one small action today, community rises together. From scientific journals, a study in psychological science shows how small, consistent acts build self-efficacy, the belief in your ability to attract success. Perfectionism, it paralyzes. Action liberates. Reflective layer. Ask yourself, what's the cost of staying stuck? Lost opportunities, unfulfilled potential. Now flip it. What's the reward of starting? Unlimited riches, yes, but also peace, purpose, legacy. Thomas Edison's 10,000 failures before the bulb. He didn't quit. He persisted. Breakthrough, riches beyond measure. What's your bulb moment waiting for? Build connection. You watching now are motivated by transformation. You crave guidance that blends Hill's wisdom with today's hustle. No cheesy tricks, just raw, actionable truth. Feel that chill? That's your subconscious awakening. Practical nugget. Start with gratitude. List 3 abundances daily. Neuroscience says it shifts from scarcity to attraction mode. Podcasts like The School of Greatness echo this. Guests swear by it. Audience insight. You value micro actions. So today, set a timer for 5 minutes. Brainstorm one idea to generate riches. No judgment, just flow. Momentum follows. Haunting close to intro. Remember, every empire started with a single brick. Your riches built one thought, one habit at a time. Hook secured. Now let's confront those barriers. Let's face it head on. The hidden psychology of attracting unlimited riches isn't blocked by the world out there. It's sabotaged by the enemy within. Fear, procrastination, excuses. These are the silent thieves stealing your potential, one delayed day at a time. You know the feeling, that knot in your stomach when an opportunity knocks, a new investment, a business idea, a chance to network. Fear whispers, what if you fail? What if they judge you? And just like that, you hit snooze on your dreams. Psychology calls this the amygdala hijack. Your brain's ancient fear center overriding logic, keeping you safe in mediocrity. But safety, it's the death of riches. Procrastination is fear in disguise. Studies from the American Psychological Association show it's not laziness, it's emotional avoidance. You scroll endlessly, binge-watch success stories instead of creating your own. Why? Because starting means risking imperfection. And perfectionism, that's the ultimate excuse. It has to be flawless, you tell yourself, but done is better than perfect. Riches flow to those who act, not now. Is it I don't have time? Bull. We all have 24 hours. Elon Musk, Oprah, you, it's priority. I'm too tired. Energy follows action. Start small and momentum builds. What will people think? Their opinions don't pay your bills. Yours do. Remember Alex? His biggest excuse was, I'm not smart enough for business. But he faced it with one question. What's the cost of not trying? Burnout from past failures haunted him, but he reframed. Failure isn't final. It's feedback. From TED Talks like Brene Brown's on vulnerability, we learned that embracing fear attracts the very courage needed for riches. Micro-climax reinforcer. Every 7 to 10 minutes. Reflective question. What excuse is holding you back from your first wealth-building step today? Answer it honestly, then crush it with action. Let's dive deeper into the psychology here. Fear isn't just a feeling. It's a survival mechanism gone rogue in modern life. Neuroscience reveals that when fear hits, cortisol floods your system, shutting down the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for planning and decision-making. That's why you freeze when riches are within reach. But here's the flip. Facing fear releases endorphins and dopamine, rewiring your brain for boldness. It's like training a muscle. The more you confront, the stronger you get at attracting abundance. Take procrastination. A study in the Journal of Personality found that chronic procrastinators have lower self-compassion, leading to a vicious cycle of delay and guilt. Break it with Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. Count down from 5 and launch into action before your brain sabotages you. Apply this to riches. See an opportunity? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, act. No room for excuses. Excuses often stem from environment too. If your circle normalizes mediocrity, you'll echo it. But psychology shows social proof is powerful. Surround yourself with doers. And excuses evaporate. Napoleon Hill's mastermind groups, they're excuse killers fostering accountability that propels you toward wealth. Personal story. Meet Jake, a viewer much like you, battling perfectionism in his freelance career. He'd delay pitches fearing rejection. Pain point? Inconsistency led to burnout. Missing out on gigs gigs that could have snowballed into riches. He started messy, one imperfect email a day. Results? Clients flowed in, confidence soared. Small wins compound. That fear of failure? It's universal. But for many with spiritual leanings, it's a test of faith. Align with higher purpose. Pray for guidance, then act. As Hill says, faith is the head chemist of the mind, turning thoughts into riches. From podcasts like Eric Thomas's Hear the Roar, pain is temporary. It may last a minute or an hour or a day or even a year, but eventually it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it lasts forever. Let that sink in. Quitting on your dreams? That's the real failure? Actionable advice. List your top 3 excuses right now. For each, counter with a micro step. Excuse. No time. Block 10 minutes daily for wealth research. Procrastination. Use the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes focused work. Fear. Visualize success vividly, as per Hill's auto-suggestion. Powerful quote from Tony Robbins. The only thing keeping you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself. Challenge, rewrite your excuse story into one of triumph. Say it out loud. Build on this. Perfectionism ties into imposter syndrome, affecting 70% of high achievers per psychological reviews. Combat it by celebrating progress, not perfection. Track small wins, a journal entry, a saved dollar, dopamine reinforcement, and accountability. So comment below, I'm crushing my excuses today. See others? That's community motivation pushing you forward. Scientific backing. A Harvard study on habits shows that confronting fears head-on increases resilience, key to long-term wealth attraction. No more hiding. Reflective close for this section. Every excuse you drop is a step closer to unlimited riches. Feel the weight lifting? That's freedom. Now own it, because responsibility is next. Now the shift begins. To attract unlimited riches, you must take 100% responsibility. No more blaming the economy, your boss, your past. Ownership is the psychological cornerstone. It's saying, I create my reality. Psychology proves it. Locus of control theory from Julian Rotter shows those with internal control, believing they shape outcomes, achieve more wealth. Victims externalize. Life happens to me. Creators declare, I happen to life. Which are you? Own your choices. That late night scroll instead of skill building? Your call. Skipping the networking event? Yours. But here's the power. Ownership frees you. It turns obstacles into opportunities. Napoleon Hill called it definiteness of purpose. Owning your vision so fiercely, riches can't help but manifest. From podcasts like The Tim Ferriss Show, learn how top performers own their failures, turning them into fuel. No excuses, just action. It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Challenge, own one past failure today. What did it teach you about attracting riches? Let's expand on this vital mindset. Taking responsibility isn't about guilt. It's about empowerment. When you own your life, you stop being a passenger and become the driver toward unlimited riches. Neuroscience supports this. Studies in brain plasticity show that adopting an ownership mindset strengthens neural pathways for problem solving and resilience, making you a magnet for opportunities. Consider the pain point. Many viewers struggle with procrastination because they haven't owned their power yet. You've let external factors dictate your path, a bad job, unsupportive family, economic downturns. But Hill's wisdom in Think and Grow Rich reminds us the starting point of all achievement is desire, owned fully. Modern applicability. Tony Robbins teaches that massive action stems from total ownership, no half measures. Personal anecdote. Recall Alex from earlier? He shifted when he owned his debt, not as a curse, but as a lesson. Instead of blaming the market, he asked, what can I do differently? That ownership led to daily disciplines, attracting mentors and ideas that built his wealth. Fear of burnout fades when you own your energy. Accountability tools, like journaling your daily choices, reinforce this. Viewers who crave transformation respond to this. It's hope wrapped in action. From scientific journals, research in Journal of Personality and Social Psychology links internal locus of control to higher income levels. Why? Owners persist. They adapt. Perfectionism? Own it as a strength turned weakness, then channel it productively. Actionable steps. Start with a responsibility audit. List 5 areas where you've externalized blame. For each, reframe. How did I contribute? What can I change? This micro action builds self-discipline. If you took 100% ownership right now, what one decision would you make to attract riches? Pause and answer. That's your next step. Deepen the contrast. Without ownership, you're at the mercy of circumstances repelling riches. With it, you align with universal laws, like the law of attraction, amplified by discipline. Mel Robbins emphasizes you are one decision away from a totally different life. An entrepreneur bogged down by past failures. She blamed investors for her startup's flop. Burnout ensued. Then, embracing ownership, she analyzed her role. Poor planning. She recommitted with small wins. Daily outreach. Result? New funding, exponential growth. Transformation through ownership. You value timeless wisdom with modern twists. Hill's principles meet today's neuroscience. Owning thoughts rewires your reticular activating system to spot wealth opportunities everywhere. Practical nugget, implement extreme ownership from Jocko Willink's book. Every outcome, yours. In Rich's pursuit, own the hustle. Cold calls, learning investments, consistency compounds. Spiritual alignment. For those with faith, ownership honors divine gifts. Prayer for guidance, then own the action. As the saying goes, trust God, but row away from the rocks. Build connection. This isn't lecturing, it's a push you need. Feel the empowerment? That's you stepping into creator mode. From TED Talks, Simon Sinek's Start With Why ties ownership to purpose-driven success. Own your why for riches, impact, freedom, and watch persistence ignite. Reflective layer. What's the cost of not owning? Stagnation. The reward? Unlimited potential. Every choice today shapes your riches tomorrow. Haunting note, ownership isn't optional for wealth, it's essential. Embrace it, and the psychology shifts from scarcity to abundance. Let's contrast the mindsets. The victim, trapped in why me, cycles of blame, waiting for handouts. Riches, elusive. The creator, how can I? They engineer solutions, attract allies, build empires. Neuroscience shows victims' brains wire for negativity bias. Creators rewire through gratitude practices. Hill's mastermind principle, creators form them, victims envy them. Woe brothers, same poor upbringing. One victimizes, stays broke, the other creates, builds Let's the difference. Mindset ownership. Microclimax reinforcer, mini story of a breakthrough. A woman shifts from victim to creator, attracts her first client through owned action. Now let's delve deeper into this pivotal contrast that defines the psychology of attracting unlimited riches. The victim mindset is a prison of passivity, where external forces dictate your fate. You blame the system, your upbringing, luck, anything but yourself. Riches, they seem like a distant dream, always out of reach because victims wait for permission to prosper. In contrast, the creator mindset is a forge of innovation, where you sculpt your reality with intention and action. Creators ask, what can I do to change this? They turn setbacks into setups for comebacks, drawing abundance effortlessly. Psychology backs this divide. Carol Dweck's research on mindsets in her TED Talk reveals fixed mindsets, victims, see abilities as static, leading to avoidance of challenges. Growth mindsets, creators, embrace effort, viewing failures as growth opportunities. Applied to riches, victims see wealth as finite. If they have it, I can't. Creators see it as expandable. How can I create more value? This shift alone attracts opportunities, as your reticular activating system highlights paths to prosperity. Pain points hit hard here. Procrastination thrives in victim mode, fueled by perfectionism and fear of failure. You've felt it, starting a venture but quitting at the first hurdle, blaming circumstances. Burnout follows, reinforcing the cycle. But creators own the grind, using self-discipline to persist. As Mel Robbins puts it, victims let life happen. Creators make it happen with that 5-second launch into action. Napoleon Hill contrasts the two in Think and Grow Rich. Victims drift without purpose. Creators have burning desire and definite plans. Modern neuroscience confirms gratitude. Journaling, a creator tool, reduces amygdala activity, fear center, and boosts prefrontal cortex planning, rewiring from negativity into victim brother. Blamed poverty on parents, took low-paying jobs, envied success. Creator brother owned his education gap, self-taught skills via free resources, started a small service business. Small wins compounded, networking, iterating, leading to a thriving company. Riches flowed not by chance, but by creator choices. That desire for transformation, victims crave it, but wait for saviors. Creators seize it, using accountability like community commitments. Like this, if you're choosing creator mode today, let's build together. Victim, Scrolls social media, envies influencers, creator. Studies them, applies lessons, creates content. Start small, audit your day. Where are you victimizing? Reframe to creator questions. Powerful quote from Viktor Frankl. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Reflect. In your pursuit of riches, where can you choose creator over victim? Deepen the neuroscience. Victims suffer from learned helplessness. Per Martin Seligman's studies, repeated failures without control lead to giving up. Creators break it with agency exercises like daily decisions that build momentum. Podcast from Eric Thomas Hammer this: don't be a victim of your circumstances, be a victor over them. You respond to relatable storytelling. Imagine Jane, perfectionist viewer, victim to her job's toxicity, procrastinating on side hustles. Shifted to creator, owned her skills, launched freelance gigs imperfectly. Consistency brought clients, freedom, no more burnout, just progress. Practical nuggets, adopt creator habits. Morning ownership affirmations. I create my riches, track wins to reinforce. Spiritual angle. Creators align with divine co-creation, praying then acting, as faith without works is dead. Build connection. This contrast isn't judgment, it's a mirror. See the victim in you? Good. Now create beyond it. Feel the empowerment, that's riches calling. From scientific journals, a study in personality and individual differences links creator traits, high agency, to financial success. Victims score low, trapped in loops. Reflective layer, victim mode costs dreams. Creator mode unlocks unlimited potential. Choose daily. Your future self thanks you. Haunting close. In the end, riches don't care about your story. They respond to your mindset. Be the creator and watch abundance unfold. Riches compound through habits. Repetition isn't boring. It's the psychology of mastery. James Clear's Atomic Habits teaches, small daily actions rewire your identity. From I want riches to I am wealthy. Start with micro habits. 2 minutes of wealth, visualization daily. Stack them. After coffee, affirm abundance. Repetition releases dopamine, making it addictive. Science. Neuroplasticity from repetition strengthens wealth-attracting pathways. Hill's autosuggestion. Daily repetition programs the subconscious. Question. What one habit will you repeat today to attract riches? Let's unpack the transformative power of habit building and repetition in attracting unlimited riches. Habits are the invisible architecture of your life, and when aligned with wealth psychology, they become the engine driving abundance. It's not about grand gestures. It's the consistent, repeated actions that compound like interest in a bank account, turning Napoleon Hill's emphasis on persistent effort through repetition, repeating your definite major purpose until it sinks into the subconscious. Modern twist? Neuroscience via Andrew Huberman's podcast explains how repetition builds myelin sheaths around neural pathways, making wealth-attracting behaviors automatic and effortless. Pain points addressed, procrastination and inconsistency plague many, leading to burnout from sporadic efforts. Perfectionism whispers to wait for the perfect habit system, but start messy. The framework, B.J. Fogg's Tiny Habits Method, make it so small you can't fail. For riches, anchor a 30-second gratitude scan for abundance after brushing teeth. Repetition turns it into a ritual, shifting mindset from scarcity to attraction. Personal story, back to Alex. His breakthrough came via habit stacking. He repeated a simple framework. Wake, visualize riches for 5 minutes, then act on one income idea. No excuses. Months of repetition, his brain rewired. Ideas flowed naturally, side hustle scaled. Small wins built momentum, warding off doubt. That craving for transformation, habits provide it through accountability. Track repetitions in a journal. See the chain grow, feel the dopamine hit. For spiritual viewers, repetition mirrors prayer, consistent communion with abundance. Actionable frameworks. 1. The habit loop. Q. Routine, reward. From Charles Duhigg. Q. Alarm for wealth hour. Routine. Read investment articles. Reward. Coffee treat. Repeat daily. 2. The 21-90 rule. 21 days to build, 90 to make lifestyle. Apply to riches. 21 days of daily networking outreach, 90 to embed as identity. From scientific journals, a study in European Journal of social psychology shows habits form in about 66 days on average, but start with one. Repetition boosts self-efficacy, per Bandura's theory, making you believe in your riches. Attracting power. Short mini story. J.K. Rowling's habit of writing daily, even in cafes as a struggling mom. Repetition through rejection led to Harry Potter Empire. Your riches story starts with today's repetition. Deepen. Repetition transforms not just skills, but identity. As Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. For wealth, repeat affirmations like Hill's. I am a money magnet. Neuroscience. fMRI scans show repeated positive self-talk alters brain structure, reducing fear and enhancing opportunity spotting. Audience insight. You love micro actions. So today, pick one habit, perhaps 10 minutes of skill building for your niche. Repeat tomorrow. Consistency beats intensity. From TED Talks, Angela Duckworth on grit. Repetition builds it. Outpacing talent in success. Eric Thomas echoes, repeat the grind when no one's watching. Riches reward the persistent. Practical nugget, use apps like Habitica for gamified repetition. Tie to riches, reward streaks with small investments in yourself, like courses. Spiritual alignment, repetition as mantra. Align with divine flow, repeating faith and abundance. Build connection. This isn't theory, it's your pathway. Feel the shift? That's habits calling you to mastery. Reflective layer, without repetition, desires fade. With it, riches manifest. What's your repeating action? Haunting note. Mastery comes not from one act, but 1,000 repetitions. Persistence Start is the now, your force. Empire awaits. Breakthroughs come after the blind zones, when doubt screams quit. Anti-quitting, set non-negotiables like daily wealth actions. Psychology. Grit from Angela Duckworth's TED Talk predicts success more than talent. Hill's stories of failures before fortunes. Story. Colonel Sanders at 65 rejected 1,009 times before KFC empire. Persistence turned rejections into riches. Now let's explore the unbreakable spirit of persistence, the anti-quitting strategies that shield you from doubt, and the breakthroughs that await on the other side. All key to the psychology of attracting unlimited riches. Persistence isn't just sticking around. It's the deliberate push through discomfort, where most quit and few reap the rewards. It's the compound interest of effort, turning small daily disciplines into monumental wealth. From timeless wisdom, Napoleon Hill dedicates chapters to persistence in Think and Grow Rich, calling it the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. Without it, desire remains a wish. Modern science echoes this. Angela Duckworth's research on grit shows that passion plus perseverance outpaces IQ or talent in achieving long-term goals, including financial success. Neuroscientifically, persistence builds resilience by strengthening the anterior cingulate cortex, helping you override the urge to quit during tough times. Pain points. Many viewers battle procrastination and perfectionism, leading to early quits and burnout. You've started wealth-building paths, investing, side hustles, only to falter when results lag. The blind zones Hill describes are those plateaus where progress feels invisible, doubt creeps in, and quitting seems rational. But breakthroughs hide just beyond in the persistence zone. Anti-quitting strategies. 1. Non-negotiables. Commit to core actions no matter what, like Eric Thomas's beast mode more. Nings for riches. Daily 30 minutes on income generation, rain or shine. 2. The burn the boats mentality. From Hernan Cortez, eliminate retreat options. Publicly declare your wealth goals in comments below for accountability. 3. Reframe quitting thoughts. When this is too hard hits, counter with this is building my empire. Mel Robbins' 5-second rule interrupts quit impulses. Count down and push forward. Personal story. Remember Sarah? Her promotion didn't come easy. Months of consistent affirmations and actions hit a wall. No visible progress. Burnout looming. Doubt said quit. But she persisted with anti-quitting anchors. A vision board reminder. Daily small wins logged. Breakthrough. An unexpected opportunity arose, leading to riches. Persistence paid. That fear of failure? Persistence transforms it into fuel. For spiritual alignments, it's faith in action. Pray for strength, then persist as divine partnership. Actionable steps. Build persistence muscle with the Seinfeld chain. Mark a calendar for daily wealth habits. Don't break the chain. Use apps like Streaks for reinforcement. When doubt hits, recall Hill's inventory. Assess your persistence level weekly. Adjust. Tony Robbins shares stories of persistent underdogs becoming millionaires. The obstacle is the way, as Ryan Holiday puts it, persist through, not around. Reflective question. What's one area where you've quit too soon? Imagine persisting. What riches await? Commit now. Deepen the psychology. Breakthroughs often follow exhaustion because that's when old patterns break, per neuroscience. Dopamine surges post-persistence, rewarding the brain and attracting more wins. Hill's temporary defeat is not advice blended with stories. So micro-action. Today, identify a blind zone in your riches pursuit. Set an anti-quit strategy, perhaps the accountability partner. From scientific journals, a study in Psychological Bulletin links perseverance to higher life satisfaction and wealth accumulation. Anti-quitting via cognitive behavioral techniques rewires quit-prone brains. Story extension. Thomas Edison's 10,000 attempts weren't failures. They were persistent steps to illumination and riches. Your inventions persist to uncover. Practical nugget. The 10X rule from Grant Cardone. Persist at massive levels. For riches, if you plan 10 calls, do 100. Overwhelm doubt with action. Build connection. This section pushes you because transformation demands persistence. Feel the fire? That's your breakthrough brewing. Reflective layer. Quitting cost compounding riches. Persistence unlocks them. Every no is closer to yes. Haunting note. Breakthroughs don't come to the quitters. Persist and unlimited riches will reveal themselves. Your environment shapes your riches. Physical clutter, toxic social circles, and endless digital noise sabotage your psychology, control your inputs, and you control your outcomes. Psychology. Studies show your surroundings influence behavior. Cluttered spaces increase stress, per Journal of Environmental Psychology. Hill's mastermind principle, surround yourself with wealth builders. Story. A man declutters his desk, curates positive peers, and finds mental clarity to launch a $1 million startup. Now let's dive into how your environment, physical, social, and digital, molds the psychology of attracting unlimited riches. Your surroundings aren't just backdrop. They're active players in your wealth journey. A chaotic space, negative people, or constant digital distractions reinforce scarcity and procrastination. C. Control these inputs, and you unlock clarity, focus, and the ability to manifest abundance. From timeless wisdom, Napoleon Hill's mastermind principle in Think and Grow Rich emphasizes surrounding yourself with like-minded, success-driven people. Modern science backs this. Environmental psychology shows that physical and social cues shape habits. A 2018 study in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that orderly environments boost productivity and decision-making, key for riches. Pain points. Many viewers struggle with inconsistency, often because their environment works against them. Cluttered desks mirror cluttered minds, fueling perfectionism. Toxic friends or family dismiss your wealth goals, planting doubt. Endless social media scrolls steal time and focus, leaving burnout. The fix? Intentionally design your environment to support your riches. Psychology. Actionable steps. 1. Physical. Declutter one space today, like your workspace. Minimalism reduces cortisol per UCLA studies, freeing mental bandwidth for wealth building. 2. Social. Audit your circle. Distance from naysayers. Seek mentors or peers chasing abundance. Join online communities aligned with riches goals. Comment below to connect with viewers. 3. Digital. Curate inputs. Unfollow accounts that trigger envy. Follow wealth creators like Grant Cardone. Use apps like Freedom to block distractions for focused wealth hours. Personal story. Meet Priya, a viewer like you, drowning in clutter and negative friends. Her side hustle stalled. Burnout loomed. She applied environmental control, cleared her desk, joined a mastermind group, limited social media to 30 minutes daily. Result? Clear mind, new connections, a thriving business. Environment transformation. Environment control fuels it by removing friction. For spiritual viewers, it's aligning your space with divine order, clear the chaos, invite abundance. From podcasts, Mel Robbins stresses environment hacks. A tidy desk signals your brain for action. Eric Thomas roars, you can't soar with eagles if you're surrounded by turkeys. Choose your flock. What's one environmental change you can make today to support your riches journey? Act on it now. Deepen the science. The brain's default mode network, per neuroscience, thrives in calm environments, enhancing creativity for wealth ideas. Digital overexposure? Studies show it reduces attention span by 20% per Frontiers in Psychology. Control inputs, reclaim focus. Audience insight. You love practical steps. So, micro action. Spend 5 minutes decluttering one drawer or unfollowing 10 negative accounts. Small shifts, big impact. Story extension. A struggling entrepreneur, overwhelmed by notifications and a messy home, hit a wall. Inspired by Marie Kondo's principles, he simplified his space and cut toxic contacts. Clarity sparked. He landed a game-changing client. Environment was the catalyst. Practical nugget. Create a wealth corner. A dedicated space with vision boards, success quotes, no clutter. Daily exposure rewires your subconscious for riches. Per Hill's auto-suggestion. Build connection. This isn't just advice, it's a call to reshape your world. Feel the shift? That's control returning. From TED Talks. Sean Akers' happiness research ties positive environments to success. Curate yours intentionally. Reflective layer. A chaotic environment breeds scarcity. A curated one births abundance. What's your space saying? Haunting note. Your environment either anchors you to mediocrity or propels you to riches. Choose control and watch wealth flow. Your mindset shapes your riches. Growth mindset, focusing on process over perfection, reframes failure as feedback. Shift your internal dialogue. I failed becomes I learned. Psychology. Carol Dweck's research shows growth mindsets drive resilience and success. Hill's auto-suggestion, it's reprogramming your mind for abundance. Microclimax reinforcer, story. An entrepreneur fails at her first venture, reframes it as a lesson, pivots, and builds a six-figure business. Now, let's dive into the transformative power of a growth mindset, the art of reframing failure, and the storytelling that fuels the psychology of attracting unlimited riches. Your mind is the engine of wealth, not just what you think, but how you think. A fixed mindset traps you in fear of failure. A growth mindset turns every stumble into a stepping stone toward abundance. This shift, paired with deliberate internal storytelling, aligns your subconscious with riches. From timeless wisdom, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich stresses auto-suggestion, feeding your mind positive, wealth-focused narratives to shape reality. Modern science, via Carol Dweck's TED Talk on growth mindset, confirms that believing abilities can be developed through effort, fosters resilience and achievement. Neuroscience adds, reframing failure reduces amygdala stress responses per fMRI studies, freeing your prefrontal cortex for strategic wealth building. Many viewers wrestle with perfectionism, fearing failure stalls progress. Past flops, a failed investment, a rejected pitch, breed self-doubt, halting momentum. Burnout follows when you see setbacks as identity defining. The antidote? Reframe. Failure is data, not destiny. Shift your story from I'm not enough to I'm learning to be unstoppable. Steps. 1. Reframe failures. Write down one failure today. List 3 lessons it taught. 2. Growth affirmations. Daily, say, every challenge grows my wheeze. Auth capacity. 3. Storytelling shift. Narrate your day as a riches hero, not a victim. Per Mel Robbins' podcast, Rewrite Your Narrative. I'm the creator of my crushed by a failed startup. Perfectionism paralyzed him. He saw failure as proof he wasn't meant for riches. Adopting Dweck's growth mindset, he reframed, each loss taught market insights. He journaled lessons, affirmed growth daily. Result, his next venture scaled fast, attracting investors. Failure became fuel. That desire for transformation, it thrives in a growth mindset. For spiritual viewers, it's faith in progress. Every trial is divine preparation for abundance. From podcasts, Eric Thomas screams, your pain is your power. Reframe struggles as strength training for riches. Tony Robbins adds, your story shapes your state, and state attracts wealth. What failure have you let define you? How can you reframe it as a lesson for riches? Write it now. Deepen the science. Reframing activates neuroplasticity, per Journal of Cognitive Neuroscience. Rewriting failure stories strengthens neural pathways for optimism, enhancing opportunity spotting for wealth. Fixed mindsets, they shrink your brain's reward system per dopamine studies. You crave relatable stories. So micro action. Tonight, tell yourself a new story. You're a wealth creator learning daily. Small narrative shifts compound. Story extension. A writer, rejected by publishers, saw herself as not good enough. Inspired by J.K. Rowling's rejections, she reframed each no as closer to yes. Persistent pitching led to a bestseller. Her mindset shift unlocked riches. Practical nugget. Use a failure log. After setbacks, note what worked, what didn't. Next steps. Hill's auto-suggestion meets modern journaling. Program success. Build connection. This isn't theory. It's your mind's power awakening. Feel the shift? That's abundance aligning. From TED Talks, Angela Duckworth ties growth mindset to grit. Embrace challenges. Grow richer. Reframe daily. Reflective layer. A fixed mince. Inset ripples riches. A growth one attracts them. What story will you tell? Haunting note. Your mind writes your wealth story. Reframe failure. Embrace growth. Compound into extraordinary riches. Consistency, not massive bursts, builds momentum. Psychology. Dopamine from small victories reinforces wealth-building habits. From James Clear's Atomic Habits, 1% better daily compounds to 37x growth in a year. Hill's persistence, its small steps repeated relentlessly. Small wins compound into extraordinary riches. Consistency, not massive bursts, builds momentum. Psychology. Dopamine from small victories reinforces wealth-building habits. From James Clear's Atomic Habits, 1% better daily compounds to 37x growth in a year. Hill's persistence, its small steps repeated relentlessly. Microclimax reinforcer story. A freelancer saves $10 daily, invests it, and grows a six-figure portfolio through consistent small wins. Now let's explore the magic of small wins and the psychology of consistency that turns tiny actions into unlimited riches. It's not the grand overnight success that builds wealth. It's the quiet, consistent micro actions that stack up, creating unstoppable momentum. This is where the rubber meets the road in attracting abundance, through daily disciplines that rewire your brain and life for prosperity. From timeless wisdom, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich emphasizes persistent small efforts toward a definite purpose. Modern science, via James Clear's work, shows that 1% improvements compound exponentially. A small daily action like saving $1 or learning one wealth skill grows into empires over time. Neuroscience backs this. Small wins trigger dopamine releases per studies in Nature Neuroscience, reinforcing habits and making wealth pursuit addictive. Pain points. Many viewers struggle with procrastination, expecting instant results. Perfectionism demands big leaps, but when they don't materialize, burnout hits. The fix? Embrace small wins. They bypass overwhelm, build confidence, and keep you consistent. You felt it. The spark of checking off a task. That's your brain wiring for riches. Actionable steps. 1. Micro habit. Commit to one 5-minute wealth action daily, like reading an investment article. 2. Track wins. Use a journal or app like Habitify to log small victories. Dopamine fuels consistency. 3. Stack small wins. After a morning routine, add a 2-minute wealth visualization as Hill's autosuggestion prescribes. Personal story. Back to Priya. Struggling with inconsistency, she started small. 10 minutes daily pitching clients. No big leaps, just emails sent. Each response was a win, building confidence. Months later, a thriving freelance business, clients flowing. Small, consistent actions compounded into riches. That hope for transformation? Small wins deliver it, proving you're moving forward. For spiritual viewers, it's daily faith in action. Small steps align with divine abundance. From podcasts, Mel Robbins' The 5-Second Rule pushes starting small. Count down, act, win. Eric Thomas adds, don't despise small beginnings. They lead to big endings. What's one small win you can achieve today toward riches? Do it now and feel the momentum. Deepen the science. Dopamine from small wins strengthens neural reward circuits per Journal of Behavioral Neuroscience, making consistency feel rewarding. In contrast, chasing big wins without consistency spikes cortisol, leading to burnout. Hill's persistence principle, its small wins sustained. Audience insight. You love digestible nuggets. So micro action. Save $5 today or spend 5 minutes learning a wealth skill. Track it. Watch momentum grow. Story extension. A barista dreaming of financial freedom started small, saving $2 daily, studying markets 10 minutes nightly. Years of consistency turned savings into investments, then a business. Small wins. Start any wealth habit with a 2-minute version. Want to network? Send one message daily. Compounding kicks in. Build connection. This isn't hype. It's your path to transformation. Feel the spark? That's consistency building your empire. From TED Talks, BJ Fogg's Tiny Habits Framework. framework shows small wins, bypass resistance, embedding success. Apply to riches daily. Reflective layer, inconsistency stalls dreams. Small wins ignite them. What's your next win? Haunting note, riches grow not from one leap, but 1,000 small steps. Start today and watch abundance unfold. Every moment is a chance to begin again. Riches aren't a destination. They're a journey built on daily choices. You don't fail because you lack ability. You fail when you refuse to start again. From Hill's wisdom, persistence turns dreams into achievements. Modern science, resilience, per Journal of Positive Psychology, is rebounding from setbacks with renewed action. Microclimax, reinforcer, story. A broke artist restarts after rejection, sells one piece, and builds a global brand through relentless comebacks. Now let's close this journey with an emotional, empowering outro that cements the psychology of attracting unlimited riches. This isn't the end, it's a launch pad. Every choice you make now to act, persist, and rise again shapes your wealth, freedom, and legacy. The power lies in starting over, no matter where you stand, and building with unshakable consistency. From timeless wisdom, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich insists that riches come to those who never quit, who see every setback as a setup for a comeback. Modern psychology, via Angela Lee Duckworth's grit research, shows resilience. The ability to restart after failure predicts success more than talent. Neuroscience adds, each time you choose action over defeat, your brain's reward system strengthens. Ends, per studies in Frontiers in Neuroscience, making persistence a habit and riches a byproduct. Pain points. You face procrastination, perfectionism, and burnout. Maybe you've started wealth building, investments, side hustles, only to stumble. Doubt creeps in, whispering you're too late. But here's the truth. Every moment offers a fresh start. The psychology of riches thrives on resilience, the courage to begin again, messy and imperfect. Actionable steps. 1. Restart ritual. Today, pick one small wealth action from this series. 5 minutes of visualization, 1 networking outreach. Do it now. 2. Resilience anchor. Write a personal mantra. I rise, I act, I attract. Repeat daily, as Hill's autosuggestion teaches. 3. Community commitment. Comment below. I'm starting again today. Let accountability fuel you. Personal story. Recall David, the failed entrepreneur. After his startup crashed, he felt defeated, but inspired by Eric Thomas's roar, you don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. He restarted. 1 pitch daily, imperfect but consistent. A year later, a thriving business, riches flowing. He didn't fail, he began again. That craving for transformation, it's alive in this moment. For spiritual viewers, it's divine renewal. Every day is a gift to rebuild. Align action with faith. From podcasts, Mel Robbins' Start Now mantra pushes immediate action. Tony Robbins adds, your past doesn't equal your future. Begin again and riches follow. What's one thing you'll restart today to attract riches? Commit to it now and feel the shift. Deepen the psychology. Resilience rewires your brain, per Journal of Behavioral Medicine. Each restart strengthens neural pathways for optimism and action, attracting opportunities. Quitting? It's a choice, not fate. Hill's persistence principle meets modern science. Keep starting and abundant action. So micro action. Pick one small win from today. A call, a saving, a learning moment. Restart it tomorrow. Momentum builds. Story extension. A single mom, rejected for loans, felt trapped. Inspired by TED Talks on resilience, she restarted. 1 small sale daily via Etsy. Consistency turned it into a full-time business. Riches weren't instant. They were earned through relentless restarts. Practical nugget. Use a restart tracker. Log daily actions in a notebook or app like Notion. Each mark is a victory, reinforcing your riches identity. Build connection. This is your moment. Feel the fire. That's your power to begin again. Stronger. From TED Talks, Amy Cuddy's Power Posing shows small actions reset confidence, aligning with wealth attraction. Start now. Reflective layer. Refusing to restart kills dreams. Embracing it births riches. What's your next beginning? Call to action. Like this video to commit to 1 daily wealth action. Share in comments. What's your restart? Join our community of creators rising together. Haunting note. You don't fail when you fall. You fail when you stay down. Rise now. Your unlimited riches await.